In the late 90s, we started seeing new labels on gaming boxes, and that was must-have 3D card. And S3, the king of 2D, responded with this, the S3 Trio 3D 2X. Now, on paper, this was a 3D gaming card, but in reality, well, stick around and we're going to find out. Welcome to RetroBus, my name is Bill. Today, I'm going to plug this into a Pentium II 450 MHz, run some benchmarks, some late 90s games from its era to see, was this really a 3D contender? Or was it just marketing trying to keep up with 3D effects and the real GPU players of the day? Let's have a look. Now to S3's credit, they recognized that the 3D space was going to be pretty important. And they tried to get in there early. They actually got in before 3D effects created the Voodoo. But they started with the S3 Verge, which was such a poor performer. It just really didn't quite cut it. You know, when 3D effects released the Voodoo, we were all blown away, and that was a real 3D accelerator in earnest. In the early 90s, S3 were one of the biggest names in PC graphics. This is long before 3D gaming became the standard, and what mattered was fast, sharp Windows acceleration, good colors, and high resolutions. And S3 really delivered. Chips like the Trio 64, for example, was really popular. I had one of these. These were great cards, and they were everywhere. Did great resolutions, nice sharp 2D images. If you bought a mid-90s PC, there's a good chance it had an S3 chip inside it. But by the mid-90s, the industry was starting to change. Games were moving away from those sprite-based games like Doom and Duke Nukem 3D into fully textured 3D worlds, and software rendering was really starting to hit its limits. S3 recognized early that 3D acceleration wasn't a gimmick and really tried to lean into it. In '95, they entered the 3D space with the S3 Verge, one of the first consumer 3D accelerators. Now on paper, it supported texture mapping, triangle rendering, all that sort of stuff. But in practice, it performed so poorly. This has such a notorious reputation in the retro community and is more known as the 3D decelerator. So S3 really did need something better, and they went back to the old Trio name and came out with the Trio 3D in '98. And they followed that up the next year with the Trio 3D 2X, a chip not designed to dominate the high end, but offer affordable integrated 2D and 3D performance for the mainstream PC market. The question is, was it finally good enough? So in my travels, I have ended up with two of these guys, and these come in 4 and 8 meg variants with various speeds, of course. There always was. So the speeds could vary from 60 megahertz up to 100. I'm not sure which one these are. What I'll do is try and make sure I pick the faster one so it can give it its best chance to impress us. So these are our two contenders. We've got one from Eagle. Look at that, awesome hologram. I think this is an 8 meg one as well. It's got RAM on both sides. Looking pretty good. And then we got this guy. Haven't seen that brand before, but yep, you know, it's got all the RAM chips are full, so I'm going to assume that both of these guys are 8 megabytes. But again, these came clocked at so many different frequencies. We'll see which one is clocked higher, and then we'll go on from there. Okay, so according to Everest, this guy runs at 90 megahertz. Give it a special sticker to tell me, so I know next time. But the current one I have in here runs at 100. Look at that. So we'll stick with that guy. Let's see how we go. Okay, let's start with some Moto Racer, made by Delphine Software. So yes, you would expect this card to run this game pretty well. This card came out in '99. This game came out in '97. So let's start with Speed Bay. Oh man, this does not look good. Look at these colors. The rendering is absolutely terrible. My god, that SIS rendered this game better. Yeah, look at oh my god, I can't race. This looks terrible. What the hell are the trees? The trees. They've got black boxes around them. Oh my god. Look at the trees. No transparency. Wow. Oh yeah, look at that draw distance. Oh my god, this is absolutely terrible. Oh wow, I never thought I'd see a card that made that SIS 6326 look so good. This is shockingly bad. It's like that back wheel is just floating. It's like a hover bike, look at it. Doesn't feel, oh what is going on with it? Draw distance is absolutely terrible, look at that. There we go. I can't disable VSync, couldn't find it anywhere in the drivers, so this is what we're gonna have to put up with. But you know, look at these palm trees. Yeah, I've never seen that before. Oh my god. Let's try another map for a laugh. Great Wall of China. What is that red thing on top of that arch? I don't know. This Looks so bad. Look at the other riders. They've got this black, yeah, when they get a certain distance, they get this weird black frame around them. Yeah, look at them, they sort of look like skeletons in the distance. Oh yeah, turn in the air. Oh, almost come off. Some pretty interesting physics. You can change direction in the air. Yeah, look at that draw distance. Yeah, look at the trees. Oh wow. Yeah, I thought so. This one's going to really show it up. Oh, even the smoke. Yeah, look at that. That hedge. Oh my. This has got to be the worst graphics card I've had the displeasure of playing this game with. Oh my god. Alright, I think I've had enough of this one. Oh, you know, this is the game that is usually the most forgiving, and if this is running this bad, I fear that things are only going to get worse for us here. It's not looking good, but we must go on. Okay, also released in 1997, Quake II. Let's see if this is going to run it. Alright, so I'm not sure if this card can do OpenGL. I haven't looked into it. This is in software mode. I've got a great processor in this, so it's going to handle it in software mode pretty good. I imagine we're going to have another decelerator situation, I think. Oh, S3 and the Verge. Something's never changed. Let's have a look. Let's get options. Let's see. Default OpenGL. It looks like no. Computer says no. It cannot do OpenGL. Oh my god. Yeah. Nah. Can't do OpenGL. There we go. Wonderful. Oh my god. Oh, it only gets better, doesn't it? Alright. No Quake 2. Okay, I thought I'd give Pod a go, but it's instantly crashed. That's not a good sign, is it? Okay, frame rate looks good. The menus, let's see how we go. You know, I do bet software mode will run this much better, given I do have a Pentium II 450 megahertz. Or just running the MMX version by itself. This 3D hardware accelerated version, these frame rates are shockingly bad. When we go into an enclosed space, you know, it does jump up a little bit. You know, visually it actually doesn't look too bad, to be honest. It seems to render it well enough. It's just the performance is really bad. Yeah, I'm surprised by how bad this card is. You know, this is a 1999 card. This game was released in 97. So you would really expect much, much better. You know, if you bought this card, oh wow, you would be very disappointed. I'd be really pissed off, to be honest. I would not be happy if I had one of these in my system. But I'm surprised by how poor it's running, actually. It's pretty disappointing for a card to come out that late. This is really bad. You know, S3 had a good go at, and you know, this is when 3dFX is out and building some amazing things, and S3 comes out with this. Wow. No wonder things went bad. Yeah, I think I'm going to call it there. This is not very good. Alright, oh my god, this is going to be a tough review, I must say. You know, these are the early games that I've been testing, and they're not going well. They're struggling already. Later stuff is going to really kill it. Oh, wow. Oh, okay. We go on. We must go on. Oh god, this is not going well. Alright, the torture continues. Let's try Tomb Raider. Hardware acceleration, full screen, 64 by 480. Brace yourselves. I'm expecting the worst. Let's go Lara's home. Hang on. No, it's not working. This is software mode. Yeah, look at these pictures. Oh my god, even software mode doesn't work properly. Look at that. What is going on with her foot there? Yeah, this is in software mode. It's not working correctly. Look at it. I have got the latest drivers, the last drivers that they made for this thing, so I don't think it's that. I just think it's just not capable. Okay, let's continue this horror show with Need for Speed 3 Hot Pursuit. Oh, okay. Is that normal? I don't think it is. What the hell is going on? I've been on the screen before and I've never seen this sort of action. Oh, even this mouse is laggy as. Alright. Oh my god. Alright, single race. Oh my. I do not have high hopes. Got this really weird dithering pixelation type of thing with the textures. Doesn't render them the best, but no massive artifacts so far. Oh, car tire marks coming up. Frame rate is pretty bad. Doesn't feel as bad as it looks actually. It sort of feels more like a sort of 15 frames per second rather than 8 or 9. But I think that's probably, it's sort of, the game is, even though it's rendering it pretty slow, the game itself is quite responsive. Again, I think this is highly due to the CPU and RAM in this system, which is pretty powerful. Yeah, look at the colors and textures. It just feels like you're almost running this in 256 color mode. The textures just really lack depth and color range. Look at the shadow on the car. It's just, oh jeez, I cannot, nah, it's getting too difficult to control. Look at the shadow on the car. It's just this grey box. Oh, it is really drawing this whole scene terribly. It's like the longer I play it, the worse it gets. I'm just noticing more and more things not looking right. Yeah, that box on the car is just so distracting now that I've noticed it. Oh my god, full side swipe. Thanks, mate. Oh. Whoa, 2 frames per second. Oh, that smoke really killed the frame rate. Absolutely butchers it. Look at this. Yeah, as soon as you get some smoke on the screen, you cannot handle it. And again, I think it's those transparencies. Oh, you know, if I bought this card, I would not be happy at all. Oh my god. I don't know if anyone would buy this card. I think most people more ended up with this card rather than making it a conscious purchase. Yes. Oh my god. Yeah, that was horrible. Next game. That was very bad. I fear that's only going to get worse. Things are not going the best. Let's try Half-Life. Okay, let's have a look. Oh, I'm not optimistic. Alright, let's change our settings. DirectX 800 by 600. Why not? Okay, guys, brace yourselves. Is it hardware or software? I cannot tell. Oh, it looks terrible. Oh my god. Wow. This is, you know, this is just the worst thing I've ever seen. I mean, forget about the performance. I can't, this is literally unplayable. You know, you know what? You know what? I'm going to humor it. I'm going to humor it. Let's hit this button. Okay, let's go through. Oh, yeah. I'm getting shot. Oh, here we go. There's an enemy. Lots of action happening. How am I still alive? No, I'm dead. Oh, okay. There we go. Oh my god. Wow. This really is something else, isn't it? Unbelievable. All right. Let's try some different settings. Let's try 640 by 4. Direct 3D 640 by 480. What have we got to lose at this stage? Not much. We're already rock bottom. Yeah, look, I mean, even this loading screen, you can tell straight away. I'm like, it looks like it's doing software mode, but it is hardware. It's still very pixelated. So I can't make any sense of this. In the wise words of Zorba the Greek, this is the full catastrophe. Okay, 640 by 480, no difference. Okay, we're going to try Unreal Gold, hardware mode. Let's see what we get. I don't expect too much. If it even renders things correctly, I'll be happy. Oh, wow. This is a new low. I thought the SIS 6326 was the worst, but nah. This is a whole new level. Look at this. Again, those transparencies, it can't do them properly. Press escape to begin, the Unreal logo on the bottom, and the Epic Games and other logos on the left. No transparency. Yes, colors are absolutely shot. Textures are all, it's like it doesn't have enough colors again. It feels like all the textures are 256 color rather than 16-bit. 640 by 480 frame rate. Yeah, I mean, does the frame rate really matter when it looks this bad? Look at the castle textures. Certain parts of the castle are just not matching the other colors of the textures. They're not right. And here we go, we're getting some artifacts now. Some purple bits popping in and out. Yeah. Oh, a bit of flashes, a bit of flash photography. Wow. I mean, you'd think that they would have learnt from the whole S3 Verge, but clearly not. This is such a disappointment for 1999. In terms of rendering, this is the worst one I've ever seen. Oh, look at this. Oh, this intro, this is the alternative intro with Unreal Gold, and it looks even worse. Look at the textures. Oh, how disappointed would you be if you bought this card and tried to play Unreal? Okay, dear viewers, we're almost there. One last thing to suffer, 3D Mark 99. If you wanted to know how 3D graphics are drawn on the screen, well, look no further. Here it is in slow motion, running this benchmark. You can see it draw just about every polygon one by one, frame by frame. Oh my God, this has got to be the worst I've ever seen. This is rock bottom, especially in this FPS one. You know what? It's actually almost therapeutic to watch. Each one of those polygons and pixels pop up and get textured. And I think half of them aren't even textured correctly. Most of the tests don't even run correctly and don't look right. I mean, look at this. But we do run through all the way to the end. And the result is a pathetic score of 126. Almost to the double digits. You know, a couple of weeks ago, I reviewed the SIS 6326 and I absolutely trashed that card. And now I feel bad because this is so much worse. But, you know, we have to put things into perspective. These really weren't 3D cards. If you want to see the review for the SIS, I'll put the link up in the top corner right now, so you can go check that out. But again, these really weren't 3D cards. These were more OEM cards that came in pre-built systems. And you know when you saw in the ad, has a 3D card, 8 meg, but it wouldn't specify? Well, you probably end up with one of these. You know, it did 3D on paper, but it really wasn't a card designed for 3D gaming. The thing that really blows me away is that it was released in '99. I mean, the original 3D, S3 3D was released in '98, but then the 3D 2X was released in the next year, '99. And compared to what was out there, you know, this is really poor, very poor showing. The SIS was released 2 years before this and it performs way better, you know, and that was a budget OEM card found everywhere as well. You know, and now I'm realizing that, you know, it wasn't so bad. And a lot of people commented on that video saying, you know what, it wasn't that bad. And I'm like, yeah, it wasn't. This definitely was. But you know, the original, I think the foundations were poor from the start. They really should have moved on from that Verge architecture and moved on to something, which they did with the Savage, obviously. You know, they were really whipping the dead horse here. It was gone. They should have given up on it. And you know, these weren't that expensive. We're talking about, it's hard to find the prices, but it looked like they cost between 70 to about 100 US dollars compared to say a Voodoo or a TNT2, which were about $250. So, you know, massive price difference. And I really doubt anybody really bought this boxed new to play a game. It most likely came in a system that you bought or your parents bought and you had to suffer it. But you know, this really wasn't S3's proper foray into the 3D gaming. That came with the Savage 4, which came out in the same year as this. You know, the Savage 4 was their GeForce high level, and this was sort of their GeForce MX. I wouldn't say it's because the GeForce MXs were still pretty capable, whereas this really isn't. But you know, this was S3 trying to capture that high-end performance, but also that budget side OEM volume sales. And you know, put it into perspective, when this came out, 98, 99 was the absolute peak of the 3D graphics card war. 3DFX brought out the Voodoo 2, Voodoo 3. Nvidia brought out TNT and TNT2. Matrox brought out the G200. ATI brought out the Rage 128. You know, S3 brought out the Savage 4. This was when everyone was going at it and trying to get market dominance. It's a really exciting time for the consumer. It really shows how far this was behind, to the point where, again, it really wasn't even in the competition. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I had a lot of fun making it. Well, mostly. So tell me, in 98, 99, what sort of graphics card did you have? Did you have one of these? Love to hear about it. Tell me about it in the comments. Thank you again, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.